G20 Presidency. It's been a very inclusive one. Today we saw African Union also being welcomed into the presidency. What are your views and how is Saudi Arabia weighing in on India's G20 presidency?
As you all know, India is a rising power to take its right place globally, and it's a high priority for the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia to have the best of relationship with India. The issue of geopolitical and economic is always at the center of attention. When we look at growth, we see that both countries are really achieving marvelous results in growing GDPs, even at difficult times.
The highest honor in the country. He will also be accorded an honorable welcome at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. What do you make of the state honor that is being accorded to the Crown Prince?
This shows the highest of respect and appreciation of the Saudi leadership to India and its people and its presidency of the G20. The trade and investment of both countries is extremely important, and it has great potential. We are talking about two rising powers and with a very clear vision into the future. So the partnership between Saudi Arabia and India in not only trade but also investment, innovations, taking note of the latest development with India in its space program. And as you know, of course, Saudi Arabia has an extremely ambitious space program. So always the collaboration and cooperation between the two countries highly appreciated.
Energy and fuel in a time when we are looking at so much of crisis when it comes to energy. How can in fact India benefit from this relationship with Saudi Arabia? It's interesting that you mentioned space as well at a time when India has made a lunar landing on the dark side of the moon. Should we also expect a space collaboration?
Of course, as you know, when it comes to space, Saudi Arabia has a program. And India has one, and a very successful one, so collaboration is there, of course, and innovation as well. As you mentioned, and energy is extremely important for both. For Saudi Arabia, it's a major sector, even though that Saudi Arabia is making a point through its Vision 2030 of diversifying the economy and is really succeeding in that, registering for the non-oil sector a growth of 6.1% in the second quarter, and also the energy transition and energy mix is important both to Saudi Arabia and India, and of course the collaboration there is important.
Last but not the least, do you think that the issue of the war in Ukraine is sort of overshadowing the other dominant issues or burgeoning issues? Because let's not forget that the G20 as a mega grouping was created to address the financial crisis situation also all over the world. Is the war now sort of overshadowing? What should be the approach of the major parties of G20?
I think the war in Ukraine is an issue, but is not overshadowing. And this we need to give credit to the wise leadership of Mr. Modi. It is an important issue, but also there are other issues, as you know, and the progress in communique, as we followed in the news, is on the track. But a number of issues also emphasized paying attention to the least developed, to the most indebted countries. These are also very important issues to Africa, to Asia. These are like when you are talking about the South, there you need development, you need support, and you need lots of attention.
All right, Mr. Ihsan, I'll leave it at that. Many thanks to you. Thank you for joining in on CNN News 18.